What is up, my fellow Tarjans? I'm Captain Beans, and remember how I made this thing right here, which is my attempt at making a cheap missile carrier. If you don't remember, then you can click here to see the video and remember. But anyway, today what we're going to do with this design right here is we are going to improve the living shit out of it. And how will we do that, you may ask? By completely reforming the design of this ship. I mean, just look at it. I mean, look at this thing. It is absolutely disgusting and is a total piece of junk that costs nearly 13,000 golden rupees, which is just completely unacceptable. It is just absolutely expensive and not at all very cheap. And also you might wonder, Captain Beans, why are you not committing the absolute war crimes in the shipbuilding and creating one of the worst designs ever possible and some of the most batshit crazy designs? Well, that's because I would like to improve some of my designs that I actually use in HighFleet playthroughs so that I can prepare for a new playthrough. And the project for today is done in preparation for a new HighFleet campaign, which will be done in hard difficulty. I know, right? Hard difficulty? Man, you gotta use some actual good ships for hard difficulty playthrough. And that is exactly why I would like to improve this design and make it even cheaper. But, you know what? Let's cut to the chase and let's do it. And so the first step is to take out the landing gear. We do not need those, like at all. No need for those. Okay, so let's keep this thruster, but get rid of these. We don't need those. Get rid of this shit right here. And remove a bunch of this excess stuff around the missile silo. So let's just move this right here. So all we are going to need is this thruster. We're going to need a big fuel tank. And we're going to need a single generator. And the way we will do this is we need a hull piece. We need to put a couple of hull pieces like this. And put a fuel tank like this. Actually, the bridge goes here. So the hull pieces go around the bridge like this. And then connect this hull piece to the port side of the ship, so that then we can put the generator in there. And now take these D30S engines and put those into this space right here. Get rid of all of this unnecessary shit right here. And voila! Here we have the new and improved cheap missile carrier system, which, fun fact, costs exactly 9,000, which is just 1,000 below the 10,000, which is the amount of money a Tarjan will give you in the game if you ask them for a small loan. And so, the idea being that theoretically, if you were able to buy this vessel right here, all you need to do is ask a Tarjan, and he can give you some money to buy this right here. And this does include the cost of these missiles right here. These are KH-15 missiles, just the regular radar guided type. And you could also fit this ship with a bunch of these A-100 missiles, which would make it really good as air-to-air defense against missiles or planes. Or if you wanted to, you can even put a couple of nuclear missiles on this ship to do the funny. But just keep in mind that nukes are kind of expensive, so yeah, just watch out for that. And so with this design, it's actually it. There's nothing really much about this design other than the fact that it just carries missiles and has a decent range and a decent speed. The only drawback from this design is that it doesn't have any landing gear in order to keep the costs down. But the reason why landing gear is so nice on a missile carrier is because you can then land said missile carrier into a spot with very quick repair and install, and that way you can install missiles back into the silo very quickly. And yeah, okay, it is a bit of a tactical drawback, but the main thing about this design that I was fighting about is the cost. I wanted to build a cheap missile carrier so that I can have a bunch of those, and so that I can build a flotilla out of those along with some other ships. And also what's going to be different about this design and all ship designs from this day on is how I name those. Because I feel like the way I've been naming my ships, I did not have any consistency, and so what I've decided is that from now on, I will call every new design after a real ship that existed in real life, and hence this new design right here will be called the Cheerful, which is named after a real sailing cutter called HMS Cheerful. And as far as I know, it really was just a cutter which served in the British Royal Navy, but sadly there's not that much information about the real thing. But I really like how it looks, and I really like this small boat, and so I've decided to name this design after it. And that is going to be it for this design right here. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one, and thank you very much for watching. Happy building!